World of Warcraft is a game where you can customise your own character, select your own weapons, explore a great big world, make lots of friends and ride big scary things. Or at least that's what the advert would have you believe. The actual game is quite different, as I'll be explaining in my review. The game starts by asking you to put in a few details about yourself. Then, based on those details, it will choose a country for you to start your adventure in. And, based on my details, it assigned me to a country called Hellfire. Now, these people might be big-shot game designers, but they would make really crappy estate agents. Now, while putting in your details, you have to create your character. Now, the first choice you have to make is whether you want to be a human, a zombie, a dwarf, or maybe a few others I can't remember. Well, I chose zombie, and then I made my character look exactly like myself. Again, is what the advert would have you believe. In actual fact, your options are skinny, fat, normal sized, and a number of strange haircuts. Once the game got started, I had to sit through a long, boring cutscene during which I swear they were trying to explain something to me. When I woke up in a crypt somewhere, I was greeted by a gravekeeper and pointed in the direction of the nearest undead village. Which brings me to the first part of my review, which is the missions. Now, to do the missions, you need to go to one of those guys that give you missions, and he'll tell you what to do, where to go, and what the reward is. And as far as I could tell, every single mission was the same, that being go there, kill them, bring part of them back as proof, for no adequately explained reason. Next up, the actual fighting. The fighting was pretty tedious, to be honest. It was like, I know what it's like. It's like those games you get online where all you have to do is click the button over and over again. Because that really is all you have to do, just click the bad guy until he dies. Unless you're feeling particularly adventurous, in which case you can click one of your many other items at the bottom of the screen, and then continue clicking him until he dies. Now for the socialising part. On one mission I met this little zombie kid magic user person, and we got chatting and he asked me what my name was. When I tried to say I don't say my name on the internet, I discovered you can't put more than about 4 words in it at any one time. So needless to say, the conversation got a little bit primitive after that. But of course that didn't really happen. Now in the end we ended up going back to the zombie village together in the gayest fashion possible. Then I realised he was from a different village to me, that he'd seriously overestimated my level, and then I got eaten by a pack of wolves that attacked us. Next, the moving aroundiness. And by this I mean how smoothly the game runs when you're like walking around or fighting. And to get the best idea of what the game was like, you really should see my first stop-go animation. But of course, so as not to sound like I'm advertising, here's a quick preview so you don't have to. I'll admit that my computer isn't exactly the latest model, but still, when a game moves like that on any computer, that's when you start getting red flags. Although saying that, when you go inside a building, the game shuts itself off from the outside world and therefore starts running a lot faster. At one point when I reached a new town, the game was really starting to slow down, so I had a bit of a desert oasis moment as I was trying to get into the town hall. However, because I could only see where I was every 5 seconds or so, that proved to be quite difficult. Now once the game recovered, I decided it was about time I bought a steed, so I went to the local stables where they had some rather fine zombie horses available. Upon asking, I discovered that they were about 50 gold each. A quick rummage through my pockets revealed that I had 2 silver, and the shopkeeper was in no mood to haggle. I did a few quick calculations in my head, and I decided that once I actually had enough money to buy one of these horses, I would be fat, ugly, have big bottle-cap glasses and possibly acne, and wouldn't have left my computer for about 3 days. I decided it wasn't worth it and went off on foot. That is to say, until I discovered what is to be the final part of my review, which is the Zeppelins. Now once I found the Zeppelin station boarding tower thingy, I ran up to the top, and partly due to my giddy excitement at riding a Zeppelin, but mostly due to the jerkiness of the game, I fell off, and it went without me. Then I climbed to the top, waited for the next one. I fell off again, and fell off a 3rd time trying to jump after it as it left. Eventually I managed to get on the Zeppelin, but just as it was taking off, the game experienced its biggest freeze-up yet, and when it recovered, it essentially said to me, "You've only got a trial version, so you ain't going nowhere." Well what, you didn't think I'd actually bought the game, did you? If I had money, do you really think I would have reviewed Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask a few weeks ago? So all in all, the idea of playing with your own customised character that looks like you is pretty much every gamer's dream. The socialising thing makes you feel like less of a loser. The generally doing one's own thing always adds a sense of freedom to the game, and fighting a variety of strange creatures is always a bonus. Except they did it all wrong. So, to sum up, good ideas, bad game.